There is a saying, an Orwellian saying, that ignorance is bliss. What I learned in my career is that ignoring is bliss. This is Guy Kawasaki. You're watching the Wise Guy series presented by American Express. So let me explain what I mean. Sometimes you have to ignore things in order to succeed. You can't pay attention to some stuff. And I think that Silicon Valley is particularly good at this. So let's talk about these factors, these perspectives, these philosophies that can help you be successful by ignoring things. So number one is you got to believe that anything is possible. Now, there are some limitations. I will never be a professional hockey player or surfer, but that doesn't mean that I can't enjoy hockey or surfing. And you know, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, when they started in that garage, they had no idea that someday Apple would be the most valuable company in the world. So this kind of stuff happens. Now, I wish I could tell you that whenever someone says you'll fail, it means you'll succeed. It's not that simple. But if someone says you'll fail and you don't even try, you will never know. And arguably, that's the worst outcome of all. Next thing, learn to fake it until you make it. Now, I'm not trying to tell you to be unethical. What I'm trying to tell you is that success breeds success. And so the key here is that you have to show that you're being embraced, that your product is being adopted. You know, I call this the Pete Marwick, for example. So back when we were evangelizing Macintosh, mid-80s, the press and journalists always used to ask us, so Guy, you know, you're saying that Macintosh is for knowledge workers and big companies, IT departments. Can you give us any examples of large organizations that are embracing Macintosh? And we would kind of stall around as if we're trying to narrow it down. We have so many examples. Which one should we give you? And we would say, well, there's Pete Marwick, for example. Pete Marwick is buying Macintoshes for all its on-site auditors so they can carry Macintoshes and use the spreadsheet in their clients' offices. So that's an accounting function, large organization, Pete Marwick, for example. The truth is that Pete Marwick was the only example back then. But we needed one example to show that it's possible to make Macintosh successful. More concepts of Silicon Valley and ignoring is bliss. We are very engineering centric. I want to dissuade you from the concept that it's all about marketing. I'm a marketing person and I'm telling it's about engineering. And I really believe in supply side innovation, which is if you build it, they will come. There is no way to prove that some markets will take off. When people created the first personal computer, there was no proof that people wanted a personal computer. There was no proof that people wanted Facebook or people wanted to upload video to YouTube. And sometimes you just have to go with your gut. You have to go with your passion. I think that the richest vein for a tech startup is not market research. It's not this kind of validation by famous people. It's you build what you want to use. If you want to use a personal computer, you build it. If you want to use a website that does something, you build it. And then you hope that you're not the only person in the world who has that desire. Again, you have to ignore the naysayers. You have to take the leap. You have to build what you want to use. And if you can do these things, I think you'll learn that ignoring as opposed to ignorance is bliss. Learn to ignore stuff and go for it. Thank you.